Alright, let's dive into the core of today's discussion. We're focusing on two verses from the Qur'an that encapsulate profound ideas, beautiful yet daunting. I recall an experience I had with a grandmother in Dallas. After I had left the mosque, she approached me for assistance. As we chatted, she mentioned her impressive talents as a calligrapher from Iraq. I was curious and asked her to create some calligraphy for me. Her son was with her, and I invited them to the Baina campus where I asked her to inscribe a specific verse onto one of our pillars. When I asked her what she wanted to write, I simply told her to choose a verse that I would enjoy seeing every day. The verse we are going to delve into is, at first glance, quite intricate and perhaps challenging to comprehend. Let's break it down step by step, starting with a key term in the verse, rahina. This term might be unfamiliar to many of you. The root ra is derived from rahim, which carries the connotation of something being attached or stuck to something else. To explain this in simple terms, consider a situation where you borrow a vehicle. If I asked you for your car keys, you might respond by asking for my passport as collateral. I'd give you my passport, and in return, you'd permit me to use your car. Upon returning the car, I would receive my passport back. This concept of collateral extends to other situations as well, such as renting a car or checking into a hotel where the establishment holds on to some financial guarantee until you've fulfilled your obligations. In the context of this verse, it suggests that every individual, each one of us, is being held as collateral based on our actions. This is a complex idea, as it implies that we are the ones being held. We often think of ourselves as free agents, yet this verse indicates that every human being is, in a way, a captive held hostage not only by our actions but also by the consequences those actions bring. The verse follows a powerful message about free will. Allah states that individuals have the choice to draw closer to Him or to drift away. However, He also mentions that we are all captive, held back as collateral. So, how do we liberate ourselves from this condition? Allah clarifies that every soul is held as collateral against their actions. Each person's deeds act as a form of payment. This idea introduces the concept of freedom within Islam. While we possess the freedom to choose, we lack freedom from the consequences of our choices. It's essential to recognize that every action we take is a step towards either reinforcing our captivity or working to liberate ourselves. At the very essence of this notion is a stark reality. We often pretend to be free, yet we are shackled by our deeds. We are tied to our actions, with every good deed acting as a means to lessen our captivity, while every bad deed increases it. The idea is that we are all in a metaphorical prison, and the only way to escape is through the good we do in this life. In the previous verse discussed, I emphasized that we are entirely accountable for our choices, and in this verse, it becomes clear that we are also fully responsible for what we earn in this life. This understanding establishes a critical point. We must acknowledge that we begin from a position of vulnerability. We are not inherently okay, rather, we are in a precarious situation, and the means to escape this predicament is through our actions. The only currency Allah accepts is the good we do. The Qur'an begins with a proclamation that humanity is in loss, emphasizing that we are confined. If we comprehend this, we can empathize with those who, despite appearing free, are actually compounding their debt with every negative action they take. Just as a bank account can plunge into the negatives, so too can our spiritual state decline when we engage in damaging behaviors. Allah, however, offers hope. For those drowning in sin and weighed down by burdensome debts, all that is required for redemption is sincere repentance. With genuine remorse and a return to Him, Allah is ready to wipe our slate clean, converting our negative actions into positive ones. The act of returning to Allah signifies genuine liberation. Moreover, individuals can find themselves shackled by various vices, addictions to substances, compulsive behaviors, or even the compulsive need to seek approval from others. People live in a state of captivity, and many do not realize that their behaviors are what's holding them back. This is a critical insight. Often, societal pressures create artificial prisons that people willingly enter. Those who choose to follow their desires without questioning them, addictions, ambitions positioned on superficial foundations, are often the ones most ensnared. True freedom comes only when individuals acknowledge these constraints. In Islam, we are taught that the only entity we are to submit to is Allah. The verse underscores that while we are held accountable for our wrongdoings, we hold the key to our release. Ultimately, each of us must grapple with this reality. Life is a series of choices, and with every decision made, we either enhance our bondage or work towards liberation. Allah emphasizes the necessity of courage to make ethical choices, offering each moment as an opportunity to earn our way to freedom. This paradigm shift is substantial. Rather than focusing on doing what is fashionable or lucrative, we must concentrate on doing what is right. That singular focus is what distinguishes true freedom. It empowers us to live without the shackles imposed by societal expectations or personal vices. People may claim others are free, yet they do not see the prisons they inhabit, dictated by their desires and societal pressures. Our worldview must evolve into one that prioritizes Allah's approval above all else. Those unanchored by faith attempt to navigate their lives in pursuit of fleeting standards and societal norms, while we, as Muslims, must seek a path illuminated by righteousness. In conclusion, the Qur'an challenges us to recognize that we are the architects of our own prisons. Freedom isn't something handed to us, rather, it's an ongoing process of breaking free from the chains we've forged through our actions. The real question we must ask ourselves is, what kind of bondage are we willing to bear? Are we prisoners of trends, expectations, or desires not only of ourselves but also imposed by society, or will we embrace the liberating submission to Allah?